Welcome to Tech Tuesday. I'm Steve Leahy. This week we learned of the sudden passing of Kiwi Stephens, an amazing airbrush artist and just a great guy. His work was influential. He was born in New Zealand. He spent the majority of his early life building his career in New Zealand until about 1999 to continue his airbrush career. His work is incredible. It's phenomenal. The detail that he is able to capture and the values and the way that he handled those values almost made his paintings look carved. And beyond that, his sense of humor was amazing. The one and only time I ever met him, he treated me as if he had known me his entire life. It was a really great afternoon. And we ended up swapping artwork, which I am eternally grateful for, which is the piece behind me here. So it got me thinking again. In the past few years, we have lost some of the most influential and prolific and talented airbrush artists. Guys like Terry Hill and Mike LaValle, Jaime Rodriguez, and Steve Driscoll, just to name a few. And it really put a point on making sure that people who are new to this industry, new to this tool, really take a look at those people who have come before them. This is something that isn't new. It's always something we should do. We should look to the people who came before us, who really forged the way for us. One, so we don't have to reinvent the wheel all the time, but two, they're a constant source of inspiration. They set the bar, and it's important to know who those people are. For me, getting into it, I looked up to people like David Kimball, who does these amazing cutaway illustrations of cars. Michael Casey, the premier illustrator. Eddie Young, Radu Viru. All these people are the people that I looked up to as I was getting into it. And it's important to have those people in your career to kind of set the bar for you to go along. So what I encourage you to do is to look at the airbrush artists and all artists in general that have come before you. We don't operate in a bubble, and again, you don't want to, because there would be a lot of reinventing the wheel, and a lot of people have gone through what they need to go through to help you out without even knowing. So let those people be an inspiration, and don't let people slip away without knowing who they are. Again, Kiwi's work is amazing. Terry Hill was one of the driving forces in the airbrush t-shirt industry in the 80s and 90s. Mike LaValle single-handedly elevated painting fire on vehicles to an art form. Jaime Rodriguez, with his just amazing letter style, his use of color was beyond belief. And of course, the last one on my list that I mentioned, the short list, Steve Driscoll, who had an amazing ability to capture skin tone and realism while maintaining his sense of humor. So take your time, look up these artists, let your journey continue on as one artist leads to another. So with that, I thank you. I am Steve Leahy. This is Tech Tuesday, and I will see you all again next week.